Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. We're about to dive deep into a report that is cleaner than a whistle and newer than next year, hinting at what might be a very timely announcement. Before we begin, if you are tired of wading through corporate jargon and want the real story behind the numbers, make sure you are subscribed. Also, join our Discord community, linked in the description below for even more insights. Alright, let's talk about Liberty Latin America Limited and their recent filing from the 12th of December 2025. This isn't a regular earnings report so much as a heads up about information that is already out there. Think of it as a company saying, hey, just so you know, some financial news about our subsidiary is available. This is a Form 8, which is usually for big important news. But in this case, they're just letting the public know that a financial report for their wholly owned subsidiary Cable and Wireless Communications Limited, or CIW, for the quarter that ended the 30th of September 2025 has been posted on their website. So, the main story here isn't new financial data revealed in this report itself, but rather the fact that they're pointing us to where we can find it. Liberty Latin America isn't just some small-time outfit. They've got quite a presence with their Class A common shares traded on the Nasdaq stock market under the ticker symbol LILA. They also have Class C common shares traded as Lilac, so we're talking about a publicly traded company here. The key item here, item 7.01, is all about Regulation FD, that is fair disclosure, basically meaning if a company says something important to one investor, they have to say it to everyone. In this filing, they're simply confirming that CIW's financial report for the quarter ending the 30th of September 2025 is now accessible. This filing itself isn't meant to contain the actual financial details, but rather to officially announce their availability. They are basically giving us a heads up that there is more information out there on their investor relations website. The filing date is the 12th of December 2025, and the report they are referencing is for the quarter that wrapped up on the 30th of September 2025. This means the information they are disclosing is about 3 months old by the time this 8K is filed. That is quite common. Companies use these reports to make sure all relevant parties have equal access to important information. Now, as for the exhibits, you'll see a bunch of things with XBRL in their names. This stands for Extensible Business Reporting Language. It is a way of formatting financial data so that it is easier for computers to read and analyze. Think of it as digital tagging for financial information. These specific exhibits are for the schema: definition, labels, and presentation of that XBRL data. Then there is Exhibit 104, which is the cover page interactive data file, also formatted in inline XBRL. What this tells us is that Liberty Latin America is embracing modern digital reporting standards, making their financial data accessible and machine readable. Now, for the juicy part, even though this filing isn't the financial report itself, it is telling us that the CIW financial report is available. Since CIW is a wholly owned subsidiary, understanding its performance is crucial to understanding Liberty Latin America's overall health. Without the actual numbers from that report being presented here, we can't do a deep dive into their revenue, profit margins, or debt. However, we can infer that management felt it was important enough to make this announcement. They might be highlighting a particularly strong quarter, or perhaps there are specific details within that report that they want to draw attention to, even if they are not embedding them directly into this 8K. Let's think about what this means. Companies file 8K reports for all sorts of material events. By filing this, Liberty Latin America is essentially playing by the rules, ensuring that investors who care about CSW's performance have a clear signal about where to find that information. It is a procedural step, but one that underpins transparency. The fact that this filing is happening on the 12th of December 2025 and references a quarter ending the 30th of September 2025 suggests they are right on schedule with their reporting obligations. Given that this is a disclosure about a previous financial report and not the report itself, our analysis has to be about the act of disclosure and what it implies. It implies a commitment to transparency and regulatory compliance. In the world of finance, particularly for publicly traded companies like Liberty Latin America, every piece of information, and how and when it is delivered, matters. This filing, while brief, is a signal. It could be a prelude to future announcements, or simply a way to keep stakeholders informed about readily available data. Looking at this from a higher level, Liberty Latin America operates in a dynamic sector. Understanding the financial health of their subsidiaries is key to understanding their own strategic direction and their ability to invest, expand, or navigate market challenges. A subsidiary like CCW, especially if it is a significant revenue generator or a key operational hub, its financial performance directly impacts the parent company's stock price and investor confidence. So, what is the takeaway here? Liberty Latin America is fulfilling its duty to inform the market that specific financial information for its subsidiary, CIW, is now available. While this 8K doesn't give us the numbers to dissect, it points us in the right direction. It is a reminder that the real financial story lies within the CIW report itself, which is published and accessible through Liberty Latin America's investor relations channels. We, as investors or interested observers, need to go to those channels to get the actual data. Now, looking at the broader picture for a company like Liberty Latin America, their strategy often involves consolidating and integrating various telecommunications assets across different regions. Subsidiary performance is therefore a critical indicator. If CIW is performing exceptionally well, it boosts Liberty Latin America's overall valuation and its capacity for future growth. Conversely, any struggles at the subsidiary level would naturally raise concerns. This filing in its own way is an invitation to investigate further. In conclusion, this filing is more about the process of transparency than a revelation of new figures. It acts as a notification that financial data for CIW is ready for review. For a comprehensive understanding of Liberty Latin America's current standing, one must then delve into the CCW financial report. The company is meeting its reporting requirements, and now it is up to us to do our homework. What are your thoughts on this approach to disclosure? Does it raise any eyebrows for you, or is it just standard procedure? Let me know your opinions in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more straightforward corporate analysis. And don't forget to join our Discord community for even deeper dives and discussions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.